Live from the Lakeland Times, it's Oxley's Observations. Dive into the hottest topics, local and national, in the sports scene. Exclusive content only given to you by the Lakeland Times. Here's Jim Oxley.
With the NFL draft about a month away, today I'm going to take a look at some of the NFC North free agency moves that I believe will have the biggest impact for the Vikings, Bears, Lions, and Packers. All of the teams have been very active in free agency in a variety of ways. The Packers have held mostly true to their draft and develop strategy, signing many of their own free agents and signing small-name free agents with little financial commitments. They did break that mold by signing Julius Peppers, but the guaranteed money that they are offering him won't break the bank. Other teams, like the Vikings, have gone out and spent tons of money and have filled several vacancies with outside hires. Here's a look at a free agent each NFC North team signed who I think will be an impact player in 2014. The Minnesota Vikings went into free agency knowing they would be more than likely playing in 2014 without Jared Allen. Not only did the Vikings lose Allen within the NFC North to the Bears, they completely revamped their defensive line, adding 3 new faces and spending a ton of money. The new D-line will be centered around Linval Joseph, a 6'4", 328-pound tackle who played for the New York Giants last season. The massive lineman will be the centerpiece of the defensive line that also features 2013 first-round draft pick tackle Sharif Floyd and defensive ends Everson Griffin and Brian Robeson. Joseph had 59 tackles and 3 sacks last season in New York and will bring his run-stopping capabilities to a Minnesota defensive line that has lacked in that area since Pat Williams, who last played in 2010. The Vikings were right to assume Jared Allen would be gone this season, as Allen recently stayed within the division by signing with the Bears. The signing is significant for Chicago, as the Bears needed to fill the void left by Julius Peppers, who rarely came off the field in Chicago in 2013. Peppers' production was down significantly this past season, and the Bears appeared happy to move on without the end. In contrast, Jared Allen was on par with his career averages last year, with 52 tackles and 11.5 sacks. The other thing Allen brings is consistency. He's been a rock of stability in his career, missing only 3 games in 10 seasons. He's also well known for being a high-motor player. His effort has never been questioned. The most interesting player the Detroit Lions snagged this offseason is Golden Tate, a wide receiver from the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Tate will be entering his 5th season this year. He caught 64 passes for 898 yards and 5 touchdowns last season in a run-first offense. That signing is all about lightening the load on Calvin Johnson, who is hands down the best receiver in the NFL. Adding options around him was a priority for Detroit, as their receiving core has been weak outside of Johnson for the past few years. Tate will benefit from the pass-happy offense in Detroit, and he could develop into a nice player for them, as he will likely see plenty of single coverages as teams are more worried, and rightly so, about Megatron. Finally, we get to the Green Bay Packers. I think the most impactful free agent the Packers signed was one of their own, cornerback Sam Shields. Looking at some of the contracts other top corners in the league received, the Packers signed Shields for a very team-friendly deal. 4 years, $39 million. And on top of the business side, the Packers will retain a young, 5th-year player who has shown flashes of brilliance on a defense that has been otherwise disappointing for the past several years. Shields had a career-high 61 tackles and 16 passes defended last season, and tied a career high with 4 interceptions. Health has been an issue, but when he stayed on the field, his impact has been undeniable. The wide receivers in the NFC North present a variety of challenges. The Packers will see Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Alshon Jeffrey twice each this season. Green Bay is also scheduled to play Atlanta and Tampa Bay this year, which means Julio Jones and Vincent Jackson, 2 more top 10 NFL receivers. The cornerback position has become one of the most important as the league evolves into a more pass-happy league. Green Bay's 4-year, $39 million commitment to Shields shows the Packers are serious about upgrading their defense. The draft should help the team address remaining gaps, such as safety and linebacker.